Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Back to the Franchise.
You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the franchise.
We are the movie podcast where we talk about movie franchises and their sequels when new things come out from that franchise. And today we're talking about Legally Blonde, the original from 2001, in honor of the Elle TV series that's now on Paramount Prime, I think?
Well, it can't be Paramount Prime.
Wait.
It's currently on Amazon Prime.
Oh, didn't you hear? Paramount bought Yes, Amazon Prime. Yes. But before we get into the episode, let's introduce ourselves. Let me do this again. When I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try to look so constipated. It's me, Timothy Glenn. It's the dress up. When I dress up. I just want to go through it so fast.
You do it again, Tim.
Okay. When I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try to look so constipated. It's me, Timothy Glenn. See, and frigid too is another word that I want to go through fast. Frigid
Bitch.
Frigid bitch. Okay. Anyway, and my co-host, he feels uncomfortable using legal jargon. Oh, let me try again. Jesus Christ. And my co-host, he feels comfortable using legal jargon in everyday life. It's Tanner Wilcox.
Hello.
I thought you were gonna say
I object.
I didn't know if it was going to be too much.
no. It's never too. What? This movie can't be too much. That's the whole point. Anyway, guys, we have episodes every Tuesday wherever you get your podcast. But yes, today, now we are transitioning into our next little mini franchise, a little twofer for you. We've got the Legally Blonde movies. First one's up first in honor of the Elle TV show, which is that came out like early July. So we're a little behind the curve. That's okay. We had to do all like 9 Spider-Man movies. So,
Tim, it also gives us time to actually watch that show because I haven't seen all of it yet.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's save that for later. I'm curious to see what you say. But yes, Legally Blonde, from 2001, release date July 13th of that year, directed by Robert Lukitic and written by Karen McCullough Lutz and Kirsten Smith.
Is it Kristen or Kirsten?
This is Kirsten.
Neither, actually. It's Kirsten.
What is that from?
It's from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh.
Where they have to sit next to this really obnoxious lady at the bar, and they're all mad because they're trying to go on a date, and this girl took their table, and then the hostess is like, Kirsten, your table's ready, and she goes, that's not my name, and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, Kristen, and she goes, that's wrong too, it's actually Kirsten. And then they're just like, oh, the worst kind of girl.
Wow, they're terrible.
Honestly, and I'm saying this as someone who named a character in their published novel Kirsten. I hate that name.
Because it just doesn't flow off it just doesn't flow. It's not easy to say.
It should be Kristen.
Yeah.
It's just someone misspelling Kristen for a long time. Okay, great start. Anyway, yes, so talking about Legally Blonde today, and guys, this is your spoiler alert for a 25-year-old movie. Can you believe it, Tanner?
Oh, no, because I remember watching this as a kid.
Yep. Get used to it. Please get into it. What is your personal history with this movie?
Tim, I'm so excited. So excited to talk about this. It is one of my top 10s. It's a comfort movie rewatch for me. It's one of the most quotable movies in my wheelhouse. It gets used quite often in my life. And I'm just a big fan. I love my girl Reese. I'm really glad that this movie exists and kind of catapulted her into stardom. It's really just a perfect movie. And a perfect day.
Oh, like the song.
Yeah. Oh, Tim, unless you thought it was a day where miracles were going to happen.
Okay. I got it. Ballpark, how many times do you think you've seen this movie?
642.
I don't believe you.
No. I would say probably well over 100.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I used to rotate between like 3 movies when I fell asleep in like 8th and ninth grade, and this was one of the three.
Yes, I am aware of your very curious habit of having the television on while you're sleeping. Very distracting lights, probably messing with your circadian rhythms.
No, it's only for like 40 minutes. You set the timer on your TV and then it just turns off and you're good.
Okay.
It doesn't like play all night.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any movie more than 100 times. And what was it like on this rewatch?
I mean, this movie can honestly be on. Like, I don't really have to pay that much attention to it because at any given moment, I know what scene is playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can hear it and picture it. Like, I was doing the dishes and sweeping my floor while this was on, and I was just reciting it.
Well, I look forward to saying a bunch of like interesting trivia about this movie and just having you be like, yes, Tim, I know to everything.
Yeah. Be like, you don't need to tell me twice.
But I am glad because like, we've done 13 Star Warses, 2 Avatars, and 9 Spider-Mans. So we stayed pretty much in the male action movie spectrum, to a certain extent. And now we're getting into like a rom-com franchise, which is, I mean, maybe not rom, but definitely a com, a chick flick at that.
For sure. And you know what? I'm happy about it.
Good. My first experience with this movie was not watching it. I remember I was in Florida visiting my family in the summer of 2001, and we were going to go to the movies one day. My mom, sister, and my Uncle Brian. I remember he was going to take me to go see Osmosis Jones, and the girls were going to go see Legally Blonde. But I put my foot down as a 7-year-old and said, no, I don't want to go see a movie with my uncle. I want my mommy. And I just forced my uncle to go see Legally Blonde, my 50-year-old uncle at the time or something like that, to go. I'm sure he was thrilled. But the funny thing is that he saw the better movie that day.
Oh, Tim, I was going to say, if you're going to see the Osmosis Jones, which as a kid, I loved that movie, is the better movie, you can get up right now because I'm done.
Well, no, I mean, I probably would have said that the day of if I saw both of them. But, no, of course not. Osmosis Jones is not better than this. Fuck Bill Murray.
Dad.
Was that you? What the heck? Out with the old, in with the new.
But I know, I mean, I watched it probably for the first time when I was, I don't know, in high school, maybe a little later. Maybe did you show this to me, actually? I forget.
Probably. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, maybe. And it was one of those movies where I was like, when I was younger, I was thinking, oh, this is a girl movie. This movie is for girls. I can't, this is dumb. I can't watch this bullshit. Because like my sister liked it and she's a girl and she likes bad things because she's a girl. And then I watched it, I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and like, God, like this movie, like even comedically, it's not like the funniest movie ever made, but like it's also just so like endearing and powerfully, like the themes of the movie are so resonant, like it's so feel good.
Yeah, like for a movie that's very, very heavy in like early 2000s fashion and lingo and stereotypes. And I mean, and you can tell this is like a 2001 movie, but it doesn't feel aged. For like a very millennial film, it feels very timeless to me. And I think it's just because the writing is good and the themes are good and it's still relevant information.
I can think of a couple things that might have aged, but
You bitch!
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, it's not like some other movies from the era where you're like, oh, this is like unwatchable because it's so locked into like the early 2000s.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, there are some of Reese's outfits in this movie I feel like are time capsules, basically, of that era only, but...
Well, sure.
But she wears like 50 outfits, so that's still only like 5% of them.
True. And, first fun fact, Tim, per her contract, she kept all of her outfits from this movie and she still has them.
Oh, yes. Okay, great. I'll just go ahead and delete that thing on my guide then. Thank you, Tanner.
Yep, you're so welcome.
Okay, well, let's get into it. So pre-production, this starts in 1993. Well, I guess the story of Legally Blonde does, because, and I always forgot this, but this was a novel originally. Did you ever read that?
No.
Okay. And we'll get into the differences as we get into the adaptation part of it. But yeah, it was originally a novel written by Amanda Brown, who based it on her experiences at Stanford Law School, not Harvard, as a blonde, person in a very snooty academic community. And she was originally going to make it like a, her experiences is going to turn into like a bunch of essays. But then she was encouraged to make a novel instead. some of the influences that she had. She was guess what magazine was her favorite magazine to read at the time?
I don't know.
It was Elle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that adds up.
The Bible.
And the one other thing that I noted down from her experiences at Stanford were that moment in the movie where what's her name, the lesbian chick, Enid, and she's at the party saying like,
Take the word semester, okay? This is a perfect example of this school's discriminatory preference of semen to ovaries. That's why I'm petitioning to have next term be referred to as the winter ovest.
apparently that was a real conversation that she eavesdropped on.
Oh, really?
And she lived, yeah, because they were, she went to like some kind of like women's, empowerment club or whatever, expecting it to be like kind of like this, like, this kind of movie's vibe, like upbeat and like, but she found out that they were just like a bunch of, she said, I don't have the direct quote here, but that they were really kind of like a lot of angry people, which fair. But like it wasn't the vibe she was looking for, and when she like commented on that comment, they took it very seriously. So she's like, "Oh, okay, shit."
You know what though? That sounds like a very Stanford conversation that you would come across.
I mean, this movie does feel like very personal, and that's definitely a positive,
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, obviously that's a big gap between. So this was 93 when this whole thing got started. Eventually, the unpublished manuscript of this novel reaches a producer by the name of Mark Platt, who is one of the credited producers of the movie, and he wants to put it into production. So in 2000, so 7 years later, this movie enters production before the novel is even published. In fact, the novel comes out officially the same year in 2001. I was not able to confirm if it came out before the movie came out or after, but still around the same time. And so they hire Karen McCall Lutz and Kirsten Smith to write. They having done the 99 adaptation of Taming of the Shrew, 10 Things I Hate About You.
So good.
Which, yeah, that one I know you showed me the first time. But I don't think I've watched that since. So it's been a long time for me.
Ah, I love that movie.
Although I will say, when my sister recently moved to Washington, I met her in Tacoma, and after we got breakfast, she was like, "Oh, you want to just like drive around for a while before you go home?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I accidentally ended up at the high school that it was shot at.
Yes, Stadium High School.
I was like, "Oh wait, I know that place." And she was like, "What? What is this place? A castle?"
So, do you want a fun fact, Tanner Tangent?
Yeah.
In 10th grade, I signed up to play lacrosse for my high school lacrosse team. And one of the driving factors was because our lacrosse team played Stadium High School, and there was an away game at Stadium, and I had never been there. And like our football teams didn't play Stadium. I don't know why, because like our lacrosse team was not like a school district sport. It was like a club sport. So it didn't have like the same like funding for like leagues as like our league sports. It's a weird technicality. So anyway, we had to play other schools that had like lacrosse clubs and not lacrosse teams. But one of the away games was at Stadium, and I literally was like, I'm going to play this sport. I'd never played it before. I was not good at it. And I was just like, fuck yeah, Stadium High School, I'm going.
And you went?
I did. I got my ass kicked.
By your own team when they found out why you actually joined the team?
Oh, no. I mean, that part went well, and I did finish the season, but I did not play again.
That might be the nerdiest thing you ever told me.
Well, it's athletic.
No, but that you played a sport just so you can go to a movie location.
Well, it wasn't like, I'm sure if I had like asked my parents to take me, they would have. It's not like we never drove to Tacoma, but I was just like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, how often will I ever get to like play on this field where Julia Stiles was playing soccer and Heath Ledger was dancing in the stands?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Did lacrosse get any better after that? Did you continue it?
No, so actually that was the last year, and then the school cut our lacrosse team. So
so you're the school was just like, we just wanted to play at Stadium too.
Yeah, you know what? Not because we were bad. We actually did pretty good that season, but they cut the funding, and so they cut the club.
Well, congratulations on getting what you wanted out of that experience.
Thanks.
Anyway, so yeah, they also hire, going back to Legally Blonde, they hire Robert Lukitic to direct. This is his first feature film. Yeah, so then in the writing stage, so I do have some things that are different, and the novel was different a lot too. For instance, the character of Emmett does not exist. She actually ends up dating the what's his name Callahan character. Elle does, and he's not like a big dick. He's just the teacher, but it's a very much an older relationship. There was no murder trial in the original script of this adaptation, and there was also going to be a Judge Judy cameo in Elle's application video, but they couldn't get her, so they did cut it.
Well, they couldn't get her.
Yeah, apparently she was too busy taking crap from people, or not taking crap from people.
You're a moron. So's your mother.
And the Paulette subplot, who Paulette I think also was not a character in the book. Her subplot, because they wanted to like do something with her story-wise, not just be like a stand-in like comedy film character, like friend, be like, oh, tell me about all your problems in life, and that's the only reason I exist.
The point of love is to get laid. And I'm talking about sexual intercourse. 2 points. Swish!
Do not listen to Mr. Chronically Single, always dating some new hot chick guy.
So they wanted to give her something to do. So before the Bend and Snap subplot was created with the UPS guy and stuff, there was originally the subplot was going to be of the store being robbed.
Oh.
The salon. But they were like, nah, it's too dark. Let's not go there.
Well, I'm like, who thinks to rob a salon?
There's plenty of dumb criminals out there, though.
True.
Yeah. Let's get into casting, though. I'm sure this is not going to be new information for you, Tanner, but let's get into casting Elle Woods.
Yeah. Yays or nays?
Yes. Although, so yes, we have Reese Witherspoon, of course, playing Elle Woods, and honestly, hard to see anybody else doing it.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm sorry. It's like an iconic Hollywood performance.
Although I should, before I get into the other options, I should say that she had to really fight for this role because I forget if it was the director or the producer. Somebody was typecasting her based on Election, the 99 Alexander Payne movie where she is running for high school president.
Where she plays Tracy.
Yes, Tracy Flick.
Some people say I'm an overachiever, but I think they're just jealous.
They thought that she was like that in real life. So she's like, oh, that girl's too nebbish and like a shrew. Like, she's going to suck all the fun out of the movie. And she'd be like, no, I'm not actually like that. I'm an actor.
I was acting.
Yes. So yes, she was not a slam dunk. In fact, I have a lot of names here to run down. So are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so also considered for Elle Woods in alphabetical order by last name. I'll start with Christina Applegate.
Yay.
Yeah. And she was the one that almost got it, pretty much. In fact, she said that she turned down the role at one point and that she really regretted it.
Oh.
Because she didn't want to be just another dumb, what she thought was going to be a dumb blonde part after having just done that with Married with Children, the sitcom she was on.
Yeah.
But yeah, she fucked up.
Oh my, you are so attractive. Are all American girls as beautiful as you? In their dreams.
Also, Elle is not dumb.
No, and I mean, hello, that's like the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, it's that people judge her as being. So, congratulations, Christina, on missing the whole point of the movie. Okay, moving on. Katherine Heigl.
Nay.
Yeah, I was going to say emphatic nay for me. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Nay.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Mia Jovovich.
Nay.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Nay.
Batgirl herself, Alicia Silverstone.
Nay.
Guess we'll just have to kill her.
Yep, we'll kill her later. We have work to do.
It's Britney, bitch. Britney Spears.
Yay.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sorry, I won't go into this tangent, but I'm sad that we were robbed of like Britney's acting career. Like, was she the best? No, but they also just didn't give her a chance because they didn't want her to break out of this is a whole thing, Tim.
Okay.
It's a whole thing with where she wanted the Notebook and they shut her down and she had that part, which I'm glad she didn't get it because Rachel McAdams is great. But you know, it was a whole big thing. She wanted to break away from music and do acting, and they were like, no, dance, monkey, dance, money, sex.
You're a monkey, Derek! You're a monkey, dance monkey!
And it was really horrible.
Yeah, well, I watched Crossroads with you in the last year or so, and that was a movie.
Yeah, you know what, Tim? It's a good movie, okay?
Okay, moving on. Tori Spelling.
Nay.
Yeah. And lastly, Charlize Theron.
Oh, you know what? I've never seen like a 2001 Charlize, I don't think. Phenomenal actress.
Yeah.
I don't know that she's quite as like bubbly, like girl next door for like Elwood, so I don't know that I like see it, but I think she has the acting chops to do it. So yeah, yay.
Yeah, you never saw like what was she doing? She the big movie she was coming off of was the Cider House Rules. Did you ever watch that?
I did, but I don't remember her. I didn't watch it like young enough to think about her in it. And then what else? She did like Mighty Joe Young, right?
Didn't see that one.
I watched that as a kid, so I guess I would have seen her because that was like a late 90s movie.
She was in The Astronaut's Wife. The Devil's Advocate was 97. Reindeer Games, I never saw that either. Yeah, so I mean, obviously they made the right choice with Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, I would say that's. I mean, there's plenty of like decent actresses on that list, but no,
If you had to change her out for someone else on this list, who would you choose?
probably just Christina Applegate.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there's plenty of good actresses, but they just don't really fit.
No. Well, I mean, for one thing, a lot of these are brunettes, generally.
Yeah, like Jennifer Love Hewitt as a blonde, no.
Yeah, I don't see. Actually, she's not a good actor.
Well, yeah.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Like Mia Jovovich is such a. I mean, obviously she hadn't done Resident Evil yet, so she wasn't like typecast in that part, like action part. But at the time, but I can't see it.
No. And there's people that are just like, I'm sorry, like Gwyneth Paltrow is a good actress, but she's just unlikable.
Yeah. I could see Alicia Silverstone doing it, but I feel like they'd be too close to Cher from Clueless.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just too close to Clueless for me.
As if.
So yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow maybe. I don't know.
Because this is also like what Talented Mr. Ripley, Gwyneth.
Yes.
So like, I think it's fine, but yeah, no,
Do you have your TV on?
sorry. That was the end credits for I Love Lucy.
Oh, okay. I was like, what 4th of July parade is Tanner listening to?
Do, 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 do.
Lucy, explain.
Okay, so moving on. Let's go to Luke Wilson as Emmett Richmond, who, like I said, was not in the novel. And when they were writing the adaptation, the screenplay, they were actually envisioning Luke Wilson in this part.
Oh,
But they were also considering Paul Bettany.
oh, he seems like a posh young lawyer.
Well, that's probably why they didn't cast him, is because they didn't want him to be British. Or they didn't want a Brit to play him, at least. But that was like kind of before he was famous. Like I can't think of anything that he did before like A Beautiful Mind.
Paul Bettany and Luke Wilson were the only two people considered.
These are the only names I have.
That's crazy. There wasn't even a brotherly squabble.
A brotherly squabble, like with Owen?
Yes.
You know, I was thinking that on the watch because at one point Emmett says, like, how would I look as a blonde? And I'm like, well, look at your brother.
That's a direct reference to his brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
That
figured
was
as
an
much.
improvised line that he was going to see if Reese would like play off of it.
But no, I mean, to answer your question, I don't think Owen was ever in the running for this part or considered.
Wow.
Come on, stop, please. It's embarrassing.
I mean, although I guess it would have like it would be weird because the whole point of this movie is that she's a blonde lawyer, you know, and so if Callahan's like, what is he, like a TA or whatever?
He's like an associate attorney.
Yeah, so to
Like,
have
he,
that
like, he's like
character,
a full lawyer that like works there.
right? So to have that character also be blonde, like say Owen Wilson, it would take less emphasis off of Elle's characteristics, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
which is like the point of the movie. So I'm sure they were not ever considering having. I mean, is anybody blonde in this movie besides her like sorority sisters?
Yeah, besides her sorority sisters and then like Allie Larder.
Oh, yeah, but she was also in that sorority.
But that's
so,
kind
like,
of the point because she was also a Delta Nu girl.
yeah, but no like Harvard people.
No, because they're boring and ugly and serious.
Did you just call us two brunettes boring, ugly, and serious?
No, Elwood's father did.
Oh, well, that motherfucker, graduate looking motherfucker can go back to sipping martinis by the pool.
I just want to say one word to you. Plastics.
Okay, so yes, we'll move on to Vivian now. So Selma Blair, Reese's co-star from Cruel Intentions,
Yes.
which I always forget that they were both in that movie. Although, do they even have any scenes together in that one?
I don't think so.
Because, yeah, Selma's with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
And yeah, and Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah. Like different worlds that they occupy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think they intentionally casted Selma Blair because of that, like that they had good rapport on that movie. I mean, they're friends in real life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. I have one more name here as well for considered. Chloe Sevigny.
Ugh, nay. I am sorry. She's in kind of a resurgence, and I just don't like her.
Why?
I don't know why. She's in like a whole bunch of like Ryan Murphy projects.
Yes.
She just bothers me.
She's got like that kind of dead-eyed expression.
Yes, and she's just not pleasant to watch.
But that would be perfect for Vivian.
Yeah, but she's also a blonde.
That's true. They did dye her hair.
And I don't think she would look good with dark hair.
I don't think I've ever seen her with dark hair.
No. Yeah, I like Selma Blair.
Me too. Matthew Davis as Warner Huntington III. And I always, like, this is the one guy from this movie I just, like, I'm not that familiar with.
No.
Outside of this.
Insert Kiki Palmer.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
But he is just the most boring, like, white bread guy who looks like every other, like, male white 2001 actor.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, like, he was so interchangeable. And I hate to throw everybody in this category, but he was so interchangeable as kids that, like, my cousin forever thought that he was Iceman in X-Men. And I'm like, that's not the same guy. Yes. And they're like, that's not the same guy. And we're like, she's like, yeah, it is. It's the X-Men guy. And I'm like, I don't think so.
They had the same haircut.
Yeah, because they just all look the same.
Yeah. They're all vaguely handsome, but not like
distinctly handsome.
No.
They're just like all like 7 out of 10 white dudes.
Yeah. Which is probably why Sean Astin had a little more of a career than he did, but like probably why that didn't help him, distinguish himself as an actor.
Yeah.
Apparently he was in the Urban Legend sequel, but that one's terrible.
Was he?
I've seen of him, yeah.
Isn't he also in like Pearl Harbor or something?
Yes.
Saving Private Ryan?
He is in Pearl Harbor, yes.
Yes, for like not very long though.
And I think he filmed that first before, because they come out the same year, those two movies. And he filmed that first, and I forgot to mention, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. So after I watched the movie on my DVD, I watched the movie twice, 2 more times, with the commentaries on.
Oh.
The first commentary was with the director and Reese. The second one was with various people would come in and out. The best ones were the screenwriters eventually. But anyway, yeah, they said on one of the commentaries that he had just filmed like his death scene in that movie before he came onto the Legally Blonde set.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh, he came from Pearl Harbor. That's going to be a huge movie. And it was kind of.
I mean, it was like, I remember that movie being like big when it came out. I don't think it's like very respected now.
No, it's horrible.
I love it.
Oh God. Well, it was just trying to be Titanic of the 21st century. And speaking of Titanic, we got Victor Garber as Professor Aaron Callahan.
Wow! Nice segue.
Thomas Andrews himself, from renowned architect to renowned pervert.
No casting alternatives there. Although I do like how they got a gay guy to play this, like,
this like misogynistic pig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Victor Garber though.
The iconic Jennifer Coolidge as Paulette Belafonte. Stifler's mom herself.
So good.
And that was Stifler, American Pie came out 2 years before this. I'm sure she got recognized when this movie came out. Like, everyone was like, oh, that's Stifler's mom.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, because American Pie and American Pie 2 were like huge.
Yeah. And American Pie 2 actually comes out a couple months after this. This is probably her best role, though. Well, okay, maybe White Lotus now, but movie role.
True. I mean, I don't know. You can't pass up some of the cult. Best in Show, she's great in.
Never saw it.
A Mighty Wind, she's
Never
great in. Oh, you got to watch those, Tim. You'd love them.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of those mockumentaries.
Yeah, they're very good.
Putting on the list.
They're like cult classics.
We could not talk or talk forever and still find things to not talk about.
Do you want to hear the incorrect casting choices they almost picked?
Oh, for Paulette?
Well, one of them is incorrect. One of them could have worked, but
Okay.
not as good, not as much as Jennifer Coolidge. One of them is Courtney Love.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I was too young to, be plugged into the whole like her and Kurt Cobain stuff back in the 90s, back in her height. So I don't have a lot of reference point for her, but yeah, no thanks. And second, I have Kathy Najimy.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah, she would have fit that with like a T.
Yes.
This part.
The Courtney Love is, I'm like, what was the original screenplay idea? That Elle whips a shitty and doesn't go to a nail salon but crashes into a crack house? Like, what setting is Courtney Love better in?
Just for listeners at home, Tanner does not endorse he's not accusing Courtney Love of being a crackhead. And the thoughts and opinions of any one co-host is not the thoughts and opinions of the podcast as a whole. But yes, Jennifer Coolidge was the right choice. Although I do wish Kathy and Jimmy got like a better role back around this time of this caliber. I feel like she got a little bit.
I don't think she got, to me, like besides Hocus Pocus, which was way before this, I think the next role that I saw her with like a major amount of screen time in was Rat Race.
Right. Which is not like a big movie though. So
no. But it was just probably the most like actual acting I've seen out of her.
I just like, I feel like she's a little bit underappreciated. Like she should be a bigger name.
Totally.
Oh, a gift shop.
Yes, I know, honey. Next time, I promise. I really do.
Holland Taylor next up as Professor Elspeth. Is it a name? Elspeth Stromwell?
Mrs. Sarah Paulson.
Oh, really? That's her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew Sarah Paulson was married to somebody, but I never knew because I didn't have a reference point for who Holland Taylor was until I rewatched this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway. And then we have Allie Larder from Varsity Blues as Brooke Taylor Wyndham.
Also, just like, to me, like not a big part, but just perfect casting.
Oh, absolutely. Although it should be mentioned because Allie Larder originally wanted to play a sorority sister, one of Elle's sorority sisters. But then when she read the script, she actually fell in love with the Brooke character instead. So good for her for choosing the better role.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Supporting cast, we have Jessica Caulfield playing Margot Chapman, Alana Ubach playing Serena McGuire, her Elle's two sorority sisters that are prevalent in the movie. I've been seeing a lot of Alana Ubach in a lot of things lately. I don't know why.
Oh, dude, she is just really having talk about another like Renaissance moment because she is such an underrated like character actress.
Yeah, I came onto her from the Ted TV show, which she's really funny on.
Yes,
and I think that show is funny. But then I was like, oh, but she's actually been around for a long time. She was in this. She was in the Brady Bunch movie.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She was the lesbian girl that was in love with Marcia.
Yes.
Yes.
Noreen? Is that you? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was my leg.
That she's in, what are her terrible movies? But she, like Waiting, terrible movie, but she's phenomenal in it.
I don't remember that, but
she's like the psycho crash out waitress.
I try to block that movie out of my memory.
She was in, I can't even think of it. I don't know. What was she in recently? She's Sydney Sweeney's mother in Euphoria.
Oh, and speaking of HBO, she's in The Last of Us.
Yeah. She pops up all over the place and she's always good.
Yeah, I'm here for the blockissance.
Yeah.
Oz Perkins, the son of Norman Bates himself, Anthony Perkins, playing the nerdy David in this movie.
Also, the now renowned horror director of Longlegs.
Oh, there she is. The almost birthday girl.
Yes, I was gonna say that for our legacy section, but yes, he is now. His career is very weird. That he started in this, and then he ended up doing just the weirdest horror movies you've ever seen.
Yes, and when I found out that that's who that was, I was like, what the hell?
But it makes sense because he's horror royalty basically coming from Anthony Perkins.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Linda Cardellini, the future Velma, as Chutney Wyndham.
Really, any type of chutney.
And she was kind of known from Freaks and Geeks at the time.
Also, arguably, again, she's got 4 minutes of screen time, and it's arguably the most iconic.
I know, yeah. It's she doesn't have a lot to do until like her big scene, really.
She doesn't have a lot to do until she was in the shower.
I believe the witness has made it clear that she was in the shower.
Well, I guess since we're talking about it, like they intentionally play down her presence in the story, like the backstory of her father's murder. Like they try to make you think it's going to be Raquel Welch, speaking of which Raquel Welch is in this movie, the iconic Raquel Welch, or maybe it was the pool guy or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, no, there's a daughter. And they kind of don't really bring her up a lot until the end, but she's great.
Yeah, so good.
Also in this movie, Bruce Thomas as the UPS guy, Meredith Scott Lynn as Enoch Wexler, the aforementioned lesbian character, Francesca P. Roberts as the judge, Greg Serrano as Enrique Salvatore, and John Capellos as Dewey Newcomb, the Paulette's ex-husband, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
The one that she gets the dog back from.
I'm surprised that he even has like a credit in this.
He's a named character.
I'm taking the dog. Dumbass.
All right, well, let's move on to filming. So, principal photography of this movie runs from October of 2000 to December of that year. They don't film at Harvard, though. Do you know where they film, Tanner?
I don't.
They film in LA.
Oh, well, I do. Can I have my fun fact about filming locations?
Yeah, sure.
So when they originally wanted to film this movie and film it at Stanford, Stanford rejected because of the scene where the professor puts his hand on Elle's leg, and they were like, we can't have this be portrayed as Stanford where our professors are hitting on students. So they changed it to Harvard.
Yes, and I'm sure they were also didn't really probably take this movie very seriously.
Sure.
Like they didn't know it was gonna be a huge hit, so they're like, oh well, why? No, fuck off. Like just name it something else.
Yeah.
But they do film there. They film at USC, they film at UCLA, they film at Caltech and high school in Pasadena. So they really make you think it's Boston, but it is not. Anyway, so yeah, and there's probably a lot of other things we can mention for trivia for filming, like all the frat boys in the beginning. That first scene when the girl's riding her bike were all real frat boys.
Yeah, weren't they Caltech guys?
One of those schools. I'm not sure which, but I'll defer to you on that one. But yeah, sure.
It was Caltech.
Okay. Yeah, they just like kind of showed up and they wanted to be in it, and they're just like, yeah, we need frat guys to do frat things. So
since we're on the subject of filming, I do want to throw, and then I'll stop being annoying. But I do want to throw out another fun fact for you. Did you know that in the opening scenes where Elle is brushing her hair, that's not Reese Witherspoon? Because she was, do you know where, Tim?
She was on the set of The Importance of Being Earnest.
Another one of our favorites in Hertfordshire.
Yes.
As well as the scene where she gives her speech at the end. That was not in the original screenplay, but fans wanted to know like what happened to Elle, because they were like, well, did she become a lawyer? Did she graduate or what? So they added that in, but she was in England filming. So her scenes were all shot by themselves and edited together. But I always was like, her hair is like weirdly red in this scene.
Yeah,
like,
even the scene immediately after the trial where she rebuffs Warren, is a wig.
Oh, yeah. And that one I don't notice as much, but like the graduation speech, I'm like, her hair is like almost red. And it's because it was her hair color for Importance of Being Earnest, because she was filming that.
Well, to be fair, it is 2 years later movie time. So,
well, sure. So I get that too. I'm like, well, maybe she just changed it up. But that was just like a fun fact that nobody else was actually in that room with. It was just her and Warner, I believe, because they were both in England filming different movies.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been like, wow, like Luke Wilson got a tan so quickly.
Right? And I think Luke Wilson actually like shaved his head for a different project.
Yeah, he was also wearing a wig, I think.
Yeah.
Would that have been for Royal Tenenbaums or?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so thank you, Tanner. Yeah, so for post-production, the original ending was not liked by audiences. Not that they hated it. And yes, to answer your question, I did know all this stuff because in the commentary, like Reese is immediately like, that's not me.
That's not me.
It's not my hand. It's not my hair. It's not my legs. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So like post-production that the audiences didn't like the original ending, which consisted of Elle and Emmett kiss after the trial outside the courthouse. And they got rid of that because, well, this isn't a rom-com. Like it's not an emphasis of the movie that, her and Emmett like get together. That's not the point.
Yeah. And I think that actually would have it takes away from her victory. Not that her having a romance takes away anything from her, but I think it kind of takes away from her proving herself like as a lawyer and as someone who is smart enough to do this, to focus it on like a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they left it out, because then what they do with like the end scene, that it makes up for it.
Yeah. It would have crowded, I guess crowded the victory of her trial. Upstaged it, if you will. Yeah, so in the original ending, after that, it flashes to 1 year later, where Elle and Vivian Vivian is blonde at this point.
Oh.
She has dyed her hair to be like Elle, and they are starting the Blonde Legal Defense Club at their law school. And audiences were just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
And as much as I love Selma Blair, I can't see her as a blonde. No offense.
Even though she like normally has blonde hair now.
Does she?
Yeah, or like it's more like a white hair now.
Let me look it up.
But for the last like 10 years or so, she's had light hair.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I just haven't seen her like in something where she's blonde before. So it's like whenever I think of Selma Blair, I think of this and Hellboy, and she's very dark hair in both of them.
Yeah, true.
No, she looked better than I thought. She looks good. But anyway, I feel like though to watch it in the movie where it'd be like tacked on and like, oh, she's blonde now, did it kind of like cringe? I don't know.
Well, yeah, because it makes her just look like a weird, like, blind follower. I think it'd be weird to have like the blonde legal defense counsel or whatever, and then to not have it be like natural blondes. Kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, the point of the movie is not to change who you are to fit any other one person's preferences.
Yeah.
But to be yourself and to accept people and not to judge them for how they look. So, so I agree that would be weird. I don't think those scenes exist anymore to find, but the test audiences, they didn't like hate it. They weren't like, oh, this ruins the movie, but they were like, no, I don't think so. So they're like, okay, let's change it. So they very last minute had to change the ending to the graduation scene, which yes, was shot in England, as you mentioned, because of Reese Witherspoon shooting The Importance of Being Earnest. Although they did have another idea before they were going to change the ending to that. They had considered reshooting the ending as a musical number to end the trial.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like Chutney goes away, happiness, and they start singing and dancing. And that's the end of the movie.
Oh no.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Which I mean, like, yes, this is not a musical. It feel very Bollywood. You know how those movies end with dance numbers, and technically, I guess you could say that the bend and snap sequence is kind of a dance sequence, but it's not a musical number.
No.
So I wouldn't say, because we already have this number, we can just do another musical number. But yeah, so no, thank God I didn't do that. All right, Tanner, we've talked enough about production, so let's get into the review.
My
Where
review?
do you want to start? Yeah, where do you want to start?
Tim, I just cannot praise this movie enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just top tier, iconic. I love it. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's endearing. It breaks stereotypes for the time and currently, I think. So I think it's still relevant. I like everybody who's in this movie. It's like a very like quick and to the point. Like it's not very long.
No.
It's only an hour and 35 minutes or something.
Hour 36.
So it goes really fast. And it's so quotable.
It really is.
So I'm a little biased because I have like no faults in this movie. I do want to know though, is there anything that you don't like about this movie or that you think could be improved upon?
Oh, interesting. Well, having watched it 3 times in the last week, I don't know if I would change anything per se. I mean, like I alluded to earlier, there are some things that don't hold up 25 years later. For one, Elle's outfit when she goes to recover Paulette's dog is atrocious.
Ooh, yeah, I don't love. Also, Paulette does drop a hard R in this movie, so it's a little cringe.
She drops a hard R?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She says, because men are big, fat R word, you know?
Yeah. Yes, I know what you mean now. Yes, I thought you mean racism, but yes.
No.
But that was the times, like you could get away with that.
Also, let's talk about another criticism that I do have a criticism. When Vivian and her snotty bitch friend trick Elle into going to the party, which is, she's like, it's a costume party. You probably wouldn't want to come. And then Elle shows up in like the Playboy Bunny outfit. I understand maybe being caught off guard, but why in the fuck would Elle Woods ever be embarrassed? Because she's 100 times hotter than anybody in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of swallows it and ends up walking around the party anyway. But I'm like, girl, do you? Because you look bangarang, and these snotty bitches are dressed in their grandmother's tweed suit jackets.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I was always just like, why is she so embarrassed and ashamed? Because she looks banging.
I mean, it's just the social aspect of it.
Well, sure. And I think, for someone who is trying to like be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm. Although, even if it was a costume party, that is a bold costume to wear when you're trying to get people not to think you're just a ditzy
bimbo.
Hoe. Yeah.
True, that's true. All right, that's true. What else came out of this besides the chokehold, Tim, that the iMac laptops had on my generation and my group of friends, where she buys the orange Apple MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
Those computers, first of all, just millennial dreams. Even though I heard review-wise, they're horrible computers. But yeah, I don't know one person that didn't want that laptop. I actually wanted it in the aqua blue.
Yes, that's much more.
Not the orange.
Appealing.
Which is funny because before that, Reese says,
whoever said orange was the new pink was seriously disturbed.
And then she gets an orange laptop.
And then she gets an orange laptop. And I'm like, you have a lot of orange in your outfit. Although, do you want a fun fact about that?
Yes.
So that line was added because the screenwriter of Legally Blonde also worked on Josie and the Pussycats.
Mm-hmm.
And when our favorite Parker Posey, Tim, is trying to brainwash the youth of America, that's one of like the brainwashing tools, is that like they brainwash them to believe that orange is the new black, or orange is the new pink, or whatever.
Orange is the new black. Yeah.
Yeah. So they brainwash everybody to think that orange is the new pink. So that's why that line was put in there.
Yeah, that was another Mark Platt movie.
Yeah.
You guys, orange is the new pink. Yeah!
I have not seen that, surprisingly, that movie.
Josie and the Pussycats? Oh, I mean, it's not great, but that movie is saved solely because of Parker Posey and Alan Cumming, because they're like the villain duo that's trying to brainwash the world.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the laptop really quick. There was something in the commentary, one of them, where they talked about how they had to get that laptop specifically sent to them because they had discontinued that particular laptop, especially in orange, I think.
What?
Yeah, so Apple had to provide it directly from them. I forget the context of why they needed orange, but the last thing that I think that this movie ages a little bit, well, maybe not a little bit, but it does age it, like, is, and as funny as this sequence is, it's probably the funniest part of the movie, is the whole Enrique thing. The fact that Enrique is gay because he can identify Elle's shoes, which also means in her logic that he can't also have an affair with a woman because he's gay. You know, like, it's just like the logic there is not there.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely like very surface level stereotypes. Because even that whole scene where she's like,
Warner, what kind of shoes are these?
and he's like,
The black ones.
Which is what I would say.
And then Brooke is like,
You know what? He did leave a Cher tape in the pool house one time.
and I'm like, bro, everybody who listens to Cher's got to be gay now too. I'm going to say it. I think 93% of Cher's fan base is gay men. But again, let's not pigeonhole everybody.
Sure. And it was coming out of the time when you could do that kind of humor. And it is really the part where Emmett gets him to say,
And your boyfriend's name is Chuck.
and then he's like,
I thought you said friend. Chuck is just a friend.
and then Chuck goes like,
You bitch.
is
Which also-
hilarious.
That it's so good, but also so dumb, because if you're Chuck in the audience and your boyfriend is like, I'm assuming that they had talked about how he's like, oh, I have to go testify, but don't worry, we're getting paid a whole bunch of money. Why would you not just shut the fuck up? Like, let your boyfriend lie.
Because he's emotional.
Like, why would you actually take that seriously? You know why? Because gay men are hysterically emotional. Hello, follow the stereotypes.
Yes, that stereotype. By the way, I was wondering, who is paying Enrique?
It's Chutney and the ex-wife.
Both of them? It doesn't actually say.
Yeah, because Chutney's mom like put on the whole thing.
Okay. I mean, I assumed that, but it was never explicit. I mean, because I figured as much, because otherwise, why would he lie about the whole thing if he wasn't being paid? But also, as while we're on the Enrique topic, like when they're like, "This is your uniform," and he has like the little tiny Speedo, and then Brooke is like, "What? I wasn't sleeping with him. I just like to watch him clean the pool." Like, I'm like, oh, okay, Brooke, you're gonna make your pool guy wear a skimpy outfit because it's not a good look.
You know what? Delta Nu would never sleep with a man who wears a thong.
Yes,
I know. I just like watching him clean the filter.
That's all I have though in terms of like what didn't age well. I mean, obviously this is a comedy, and most comedies do age pretty drastically, but none of it ruins the movie.
Yeah, I mean, even with the kind of like insensitivity towards like stereotypes, I still don't think that it like ruins this movie.
Not at all.
Or that it's like, I don't know anybody who thinks that Legally Blonde is like so offensive.
No.
That being said, like, yes, there are some age jokes, but I think overall it's still like a pretty beloved movie.
Yeah, and to segue off of that, I will say what this movie is actually really ahead of its time in is that the characterization of Elle as this protagonist who is judged for how she looks, has been encouraged by her family, her parents, and the people around her to not put emphasis on her intelligence because she is so beautiful, and finding that she does have a talent outside of her quote-unquote stereotype, and that it's okay for her to be both things. I think the characterization of Elle Woods is way ahead of its time.
I 100% agree, especially for how we know that like actresses were treated in Hollywood at this time. Like, this is like peak Weinstein era.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like so refreshing that one, they were even like allowed to make this movie and that they had the creative control to say like, you can cut this kiss at the end. I feel like this movie is like inherently feminist without, I guess, like overdoing it. I don't want to say overdoing it, but like it's not really marketed as that, but I think it's a really, really good message for like women and girls and a lot of things at this time weren't really providing that same message, I don't think.
No, and in fact, I think I forgot to mention that when they were originally writing the screenplay, MGM kind of thought this was going to be like when they greenlit it, they thought it was going to be kind of more like a raunchy comedy, like, oh, hot girl goes to law school and she's hot. Hijinks ensue.
You're gonna shake it up and bang all these nerdy guys at law school.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is like Revenge of the Nerds, but in reverse, or I don't know. Like, it's just, and I think the original screenplay was actually, it had a lot more of that. But I love that they were like, no, we're gonna make a movie that's funny. It's very funny, but we're not going to like sacrifice this movie's ideals and themes on humor.
Yeah.
So it gets the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And I think I also really like that Elle is like, very rarely do you get a girl that's like hot and nice.
Yeah, that's probably even more important is that
like she's like the lead of this sorority. She's the most popular girl in school. She's a 10 out of 10 beautiful, but she's like genuinely so kind to everybody.
Yeah, and that was one of the concerns going into this, especially I think from Reese Witherspoon, was like, how am I going to be relatable to the viewer if we set her up as like this rich girl, beauty pageant level queen, looks wise, and like had everything handed to her? Like, why are they going to root for her? And I think the answer is she's just really genuine, for one thing, and who she is, and two, she's a very kind person. Like, it's kind of like how we always say about why we like the Cinderella remake, is that they emphasized that character's kindness, which is an ideal that's kind of lost in a lot of storytelling these days. Is just to be kind to people and not judge them. And I think that's why Elle resonates so much, is because she is so herself and sweet about it,
Yeah. Wow, Tim, look at us. We really understand women.
Yes, we solve feminism on this podcast. You're welcome. Oh, God. And I don't think it's missing anything really either. Not being like, I know like Emmett is like kind of like the flirtatious guy stand-in, but I don't think the movie even needs to go that way. Like, it doesn't need to, and it rightly doesn't, because that's not the focus of the movie. The focus of the movie is at first Elle's love life, but then she realizes that she can define herself not by who she's with, but by what she does. And so to focus on this other love interest, I think, would be a mistake. So I like that he's there, but it's not overt.
Yeah, I mean, because throughout most of the movie, I'd say they just have just like kind of a colleague, like friendship kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't even lean into the dating aspect really until you get to that like epilogue where it says that they've been dating over the last 2 years and he's going to propose to Elle. Like, because it's not necessary. I think it still works fine. Like, I don't think their relationship suffers, and I don't think that the viewer is like, oh, really? They ended up together? Like, it's so surprising or out of left field, because it's set up well and in like a subtle way.
Yeah, and it's built off the fact of our expectation that he's going to be a love interest.
Yeah.
And one thing that I was thinking about on this particular watch that I ended up appreciating more is those text, like where they went after this at the end of the movie. Because in so many, like if you're watching a fictional movie, like in a nonfiction movie, of course you would do that. But in a fictional movie, when they do that, I'm like, oh, it's kind of tacky to add on like so-and-so went to this, then did this, and then died or whatever. And so on this rewatch, I was kind of thinking it with that lens in mind, but having that one for Emmett specifically at the end, where like they've been dating for 2 years, he's going to propose to her. It's where you kind of like have your cake and eat it too, where Elle can have a relationship with this guy and be successful as a lawyer and graduate law school and whatnot. And not have it be either or. And we also don't have to like pay a bunch of lip service to it in the main plot of the movie. So we're going to give it to you here so that you know that she did end up with an actual good relationship with someone who respects her for who she is, which is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's just such a smart movie.
Yeah.
And I love that they don't villainize Vivian eventually. She starts out as like this, like, also kind of a stereotype, like playing into, oh, I'm going to marry so-and-so and I'm going to be a lawyer, you know?
Yeah, just like
But
this snobbish, uppity East Coast girl.
But then as the movie goes on and they both have to encounter basically the same kind of sexism in their field, I like how they eventually do come together at the end, you know, and
I
find...
love that they come together at the expense of Warner.
Yes.
Because that's really, like, as Vivian kind of sees, like, Warner's faults too, you know, like where she refuses to give Callahan the alibi, and Warner's like,
if you tell him, he'll probably hire you as a summer associate. Who cares about Brooke? Think about yourself.
And then Vivian's just like in the background, like she's disgusted at that comment. And then, you know, following that, she comes and talks to Elle in her dorm room and asks her those papers. And then, you know, they bond over the dog. And she's like,
I know Warner doesn't even do his own laundry.
and she's like,
I know, he has to have it sent out.
and he got waitlisted. Like, and they're just talking shit about it. And I'm like, yes, I love this because this man fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they become friends at the end of it too.
Mm-hmm. And I love how Elle solves the trial, basically the murder, by not, you know, revealing Brooke's secret, but also just kind of just being a really good lawyer at the end. Like that, the trial sequence when she comes at the end is like the climax of the movie is so good. Like I could just watch that and repeat all the time.
Well, yeah, and she wins that murder case by knowing her shit as a sorority girl and like a girly girl.
Yes.
Which I know is not like, it's not like, you know, rocket science to figure that out. That's kind of the point. But I just think they do it in like a really sweet way. And it's a way that has like so much like payoff.
That is the one thing I was thinking on this rewatch. I was like, wouldn't someone have put that together before now? That Chutney said she got a perm and then went to the shower.
She gone out that day to get a perm?
Yes, which was true. And
well, but she doesn't, I mean, you can shower without washing your hair, especially women don't wash their hair usually every time they shower. So it's not until she says like, but you didn't hear the gun go off because you were in the shower. And it's like the second or third time. And Chutney's like, yes, I was in the shower. I was washing my hair. Like she specifically says washing my hair. And then Elle gets like the light bulb and she's like, oh, interesting. I think it's specifically that comment because she's like, you weren't washing your hair.
It's very like you could say convenient that she gets this case in particular, but it doesn't like that doesn't subtract from like the triumph that I share with Elle.
Sure. I mean, like, is it circumstance? Like, do we think that if she had been handed a corporate law case about jurisdictional ownership of skyscrapers or something that she would figure out the solution? I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely a more like delicious moment for the audience.
Oh, and how fortunate that she gets to defend a former sorority girl from her sorority.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I love Ali Larter in this movie. She's so funny.
And also just like, again, so banging.
Yes.
And especially that courtroom scene. That end court, or it's not the end scene, I don't think. The scene where she's wearing that newspaper print jacket and the red lipstick. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, the one of the commentaries I was listening to on the DVD was commenting like, oh, that is a great jacket.
Yeah, it's still a great jacket. I hope she kept it.
Is this movie why Ali Larter is blonde in Final Destination 2?
Probably.
I never liked that about that movie.
Especially because it's like, yeah, where did you find the time to dye your hair in the psych ward you're locked in?
Right. Oh, that was 03, so maybe it's not connected, but
I mean, Ali Larter stayed blonde in like everything after Final Destination ever.
That's true. She's only brunette in that pretty much. And then to speak really quickly on Paulette's storyline, like the whole like her and the UPS guy is not necessary for the story, but I love it anyway that they included it.
Yeah, because it just adds a little bit of like happiness and heartwarming, touches to it.
Yeah, like, and then you actually do like that's the rom part of the equation, right? Like that actually is a romantic subplot.
Well, and it just I think connects too because that comes full circle that Elle, not only was she smart in the courtroom, but she also was able to like help Paulette and like match make that situation
by fucking up his nose.
Yeah, even with the failed bend and snap.
That's a great story though to tell their kids how they met.
You broke his nose? Oh, Elle, my snap was all over the place. Don't worry about it. My friend Serena, I can't.
Yeah, but and then like also how she helps Paulette with her ex and the dog too, like shows that. I mean, and watching that scene, it's like she's not making a good case. Like if you really break down, but she's doing a good job by like just loading that guy with jargon he has no idea what it means.
She's just bullshitting like a white trash idiot.
Yeah. And I think one of the commentaries I was listening to, the writers were saying, like, actually, you know what? Come to think of it, Elle would probably, this is a criminal offense, impersonating a lawyer when you're not.
Well, and like, even though it would most likely fall under like a civil issue, like ownership of a dog, she may be able to get like charged with like stealing that dog if it's like its prime residence, or if the guy ended up, like buying the dog himself technically, even if they were married. I'm not a police officer, but there could still be potentially some criminal actions there.
Yeah, for sure. If, Dewey was smart enough to.
But you know what? We don't care about that. All we care about is the line, "I'm taking the dog, dumbass." Because that's your yeah moment.
Yeah, there's so many of those in this movie. Just yeah. Speaking of a yeah moment, and this is I always love this part, is when after Callahan hits on Elle and she kind of runs back crying to Paulette, and then you get what's her name? The other professor, Professor Stromwell, shows up, and she's like, if you're gonna let your life be run by one prick or whatever she says,
if you're going to let one stupid prick ruin your life, you're not the girl I thought you were.
Yeah. Which it kind of like,
here's the plot hole. Why the fuck did nobody turn that guy in?
After
Elle doesn't report it. The professor that overheard this story and believed her didn't report it. And I'm like, well, that's a colleague. You're a mandatory reporter, I'm sure. And then he's still like working that trial, up until like Brooke fires him in the courtroom. But I'm like, nobody just turned this guy in for hitting on students or groping them?
Maybe they did afterwards.
You know why? Because that's the one thing that was still Weinstein-ified in this 2001 picture. They're like, oh, no, we can't turn that in. He was just being a guy.
I can only imagine if Weinstein was actually attached to this movie, he would have been like, no, make sure Callahan gets away with it.
Yeah.
For no reason.
For no personal interest of my own. I think he's really deep down a good guy. He just cares about these young girls.
Anyway, but I do like that scene with the Holland Taylor character at the salon, just because it's like, it reveals that like one of her mentors, if you could call it that, is also, girly by going to the salon, quote unquote. But can be someone she like idolizes as someone who is not sacrificing who they are for, like girl power kind of thing,
Sure. I mean, and it's another like a tough woman in this field who I'm sure had to go through her own trials and tribulations to get where she's at. And it was a professor that started out being like hard on Elle.
Yeah. But it was, but she was hard on her because she wanted, her to succeed.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that character's full circle moment too, where you're like, oh, she's not just a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, one little filming goof that I always love to point out, speaking of the Callahan filling up Elle scene, is that when she leaves and goes into the elevator, when Elle's sitting in the elevator, across the hallway, there's a brass plaque on the wall, and you can actually see Selma Blair standing like in the hallway where Reese would have walked right past her, and you can see them like cue her to go as the elevator doors start to close, and then she like walks in front and puts her bag in the doors, and she's like, oh, why don't you sleep with the jury too? Then we could win the case.
Oh, I didn't notice
like
that.
You can see Selma Blair like waiting in the reflection of that brass plaque, and then they're just like, okay, go, and she just like starts to walk.
Is there anything else you want to talk about for review?
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's get into box office, Tanner.
Nap time.
This movie opens at $20.4 million, which today would be 38.4, so that's pretty good for that time. Are you ready to play our box office top 10 game?
Always.
Okay, so this one opens number 1. Oh, I should mention. Okay, so I should. For listeners who don't know, Tanner's objective in this game is to pick the best movie of the top 10 the weekend that Legally Blonde came out. Once he passes on a movie, he cannot go back to it. And once he chooses a movie, he's locked in. So Tanner, this movie, as a reminder, came out July 13th of 2001. Is there anything in that time frame you can think of that you might possibly see here?
Nope. I'm really worried about this one because I'm already, spoiler alert, gonna pick Legally Blonde. However, I'm like, ooh, we got We got Fellowship of the Ring this year. We got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone this year. There's like a lot of good movies in 2001. I'm hopeful. I know that Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter both came out in the fall or Christmas, so
Okay.
I'm not super worried about them in July, but we'll see. I'm nervous.
Okay. Yeah, I should have figured you were gonna pick this one off the bat. I don't know why I didn't. All right, so this movie, number 1, you are taking it.
Yep.
Okay. That means you're passing on number 2 that weekend, the opening of The Score, which I'm not familiar with.
Fine with that.
Frank Oz movie, apparently. Robert De Niro, Edward Norton. Not seen it. Number 3 that weekend, Cats and Dogs.
Sorry, Tobey Maguire. I'm skipping it.
I'm sorry, but I think you gotta leave.
I think I saw that in the theaters.
I did too.
Number 4 that weekend, Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Animated.
Oh, nope.
Weird movie. I never played Final Fantasy, but that's still a weird movie. Number 5, Scary Movie 2.
Oh, you know what? No. I mean, I love it, but not better than Legally Blonde.
That's my least favorite scary movie.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't like the Wayans, so.
Fuck this.
Number 6 that weekend, the 4th weekend of Fast and the Furious, the first one.
Ooh, so good. But
no.
I watch Legally Blonde more than I watch Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost had you.
Number 7 that weekend, Dr. Dolittle 2.
Nope.
Starring Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Which I think I also saw in theaters.
I loved the first one.
Oh, me too.
I watched it all the time.
I can't remember the second one at all, though.
Me either. I remember there being a bear in it, and that's it.
That's true. They go to the forest.
Yeah, they're like camping.
Hey, don't poke the bear, buddy.
Number 8 that weekend, Kiss of the Dragon.
Nope.
I don't even know what that is either. Apparently it's a Jet Li movie. Number 9, my least favorite Steven Spielberg movie, AI.
Oh, I also did not like that movie.
I hate that movie. Fucking hate it.
No, Mommy, please, no.
And number 10, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, the first one. With Angelina Jolie.
Iconic, but not for good reasons.
I woke up this morning and I just hated everything.
Yeah, so obviously I don't think anything was going to come up here that was going to dethrone Legally Blonde anyway, but this is a pretty weak top 10, if I'm being honest.
It sounds like kind of a weak summer.
Although it was at number 11, just outside of the top 10 by missing out by $200,000. In its 9th week, Shrek.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that one almost was on the list.
That would maybe beat Legally Blonde for me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, and number 12 was Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Ooh, also such an underrated hit.
So I guess the early summer was better, but the June was bad, apparently.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Legally Blonde was number 1 for one weekend. Weekend number 2, it fell to number 3 behind the openings of Jurassic Park 3 and America's Sweethearts, which I'm not familiar with that either.
I watched Jurassic Park 3 at the drive-in with my family. I remember that. The double feature was Jurassic Park 3 and The Others with Nicole Kidman, which I love.
That's a weird double feature.
I know. And I remember, because, I was a 9-year-old boy, so I'm like, fuck yeah, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park. And then I remember waking up like halfway through The Others and being like terrified. And I was like, can we go home, please? And my parents were like, shh, go back to sleep. I was like,
shut the fuck up or we'll get the pillow out.
I know. I was just like, this movie's scary.
Isn't that PG-13 though?
Yeah, and I mean, I watch it now, and it's like, it's creepy in like a very like Victorian ghost story kind of way, but it's not really like scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy to a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I like that movie. I think you showed me that one. Okay, so now for the Barbenheimer game. So this movie opened along 2 movies that weekend, The Score and Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. The Score does not appeal to me as a Barbenheimer title mashup, so I'm going to give you Blonde Fantasy.
Well, Tim, this is a this is a late night Cinemax special.
Okay, would you rather do Legal Fantasy?
That still sounds like a bad porno that you could get in trouble for owning.
Okay, would you rather Blonde Spirit?
That's just you know what? They're all a little porny.
Legal Spirit.
That was still bad. It's like, 18-year-old ghosts. Yeah, like it's just not good. None of it's good. All of it sounds porny to me.
Which one are you gonna do?
Well, probably Blonde Fantasy, because it's like the least creepy.
Okay. So as a challenge, pitch me something that's not porny.
Oh gosh. Blonde fantasy that's not an adult film. Okay. It's about a tribe of female warriors who live in the jungle and they're all blonde. I'm thinking like Amazonians, like Wonder Woman kind of society. And a little sickly brunette girl stumbles into their midst and has to be trained by them to save the kingdom from her stepfather king.
From her
stepfather? Insert generic fantasy movie plot, but with like a tribe of tall blonde women.
So it's like a brunette savior narrative?
Yeah, but she has to become blonde.
Oh, okay.
once you're imbued with like this ancient power, it turns you blonde.
Is the blonde significant in any way?
I mean, it's like the Targaryens, how they all have like white hair.
Oh, okay. And what powers comes with the blonde ability?
The power of being more attractive than everyone else.
Oh, how does that help them be warrior women?
Well, at least they're hot warrior women. I don't know, Tim.
Well, you said this was like a kid, like the princess helps them or whatever. Like this. So the main character is this brunette girl.
Think like Drew Barrymore in Ever After.
Oh, okay.
So she's the character that's like falling into this like tribe of busty blonde warrior women.
And what's her personal journey?
What do you mean? She becomes her true self and defeats the evil king and restores balance to the kingdom.
Okay. Who's directing this movie?
Probably someone who doesn't get to direct another movie.
All right, McG.
This was his one shot and he ruined it.
All right, Blonde Fantasy starring Drew Barrymore, directed by McG. Perfect.
You really just have like such a hard-on for hating on McG.
He makes it so easy with his name.
That's true.
All right, Blonde Fantasy, coming to you never. All right, so back to box office. So domestically, this movie makes $96 million, which should be 182. It was the number 22 movie of 2001 domestically.
Oh.
And number 21, ahead of it by just $2,000 actually, was the aforementioned The Others.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Look at
Good
Nicole
movie.
and Reese before they were Big Little Liars.
Which one's big and which one's little?
Obviously, Reese is little.
And Nicole is big.
Yes. Number 23 that year was below it was America's Sweethearts, which again, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Isn't that the movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sigourney Weaver where they're like the con women?
Apparently this stars Julia Roberts and Billy Crystal and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Ugh, and John Cusack. Gross.
What were you thinking of?
Oh, I was thinking of Heartbreakers.
Heartbreakers. I'm also not familiar with that.
Okay, it's actually kind of a funny movie.
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt play like mother-daughter, like con women.
I'll put it on the list.
It's good.
Also 01, so you're on the right year.
Yeah.
Oh, Gene Hackman. Huh. Oh, and Jeffrey Jones. Oh, I don't know anymore. Oh, that was right before we got him.
Right before we got him.
We got him!
Okay. Anyway, so worldwide, Legally Blonde makes $141.8 million, which would be $267.5. Pretty good sum for a comedy. Worldwide, though, outside of America, it did not do as well. So it was number 32 of that year, as opposed to 22 here. Number 31 that year was Spy Game, starring Brad Pitt and Robert Redford. And number 33 below it that year was the aforementioned Scary Movie 2.
Great.
Good for you, Elle. Fuck Scary Movie.
You're gonna fall unless you take my hand. No, give me your other hand.
We talked about the new one, right? On one of the
yeah.
podcasts. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Hated it. And so, yeah, so it makes 141 off of off an $18 million budget. So yes, profit on Legally Blonde.
Money.
Online, this movie has a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 72% audience score, which is also honestly lower than I thought, but whatever. Also lower than I thought. It's got a 59 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is wrong.
Which is wrong.
And a 6.7 out of 10 user score. 6.5 on IMDb, which is also low. Although a 3.8 out of 5 on Letterboxd, so better. And an A- cinema score, so Yeah, still get those thumbs up. And accolades. I don't usually mention the Golden Globes, but I feel like I should this time. That it was nominated for Best Comedy, and Reese was nominated for Best Comedy Actor. But they both lost to, speaking of Nicole Kidman, Moulin Rouge.
Which it just makes me so mad that musical comedy is still like a combined genre.
Oh, yes. I should have mentioned, yes, musical or comedy was the category. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, which pisses me off because like Moulin Rouge is not a funny movie. I mean, there's funny parts to it, but it's like a really tragic movie.
You mean that you don't think that Les Miserables should be in that category?
No. And I'm like, because even then, like, even when Anne Hathaway won her Oscar for Les Mis, like, that means that somebody else who probably had a really deserving comedic performance got totally overshadowed.
They don't do it for supporting, but for acting, I'm pretty sure that Hugh Jackman would have been in the musical or comedy category.
Yeah, but like, who was the other female that Anne Hathaway was up against that year?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, I was saying for supporting actors,
oh,
they don't.
Yeah. I know,
there's one category. There's no drama and comedy. There's just one. So you're going up against the other anyway. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into the legacy portion. Obviously, we talked about how this movie holds up really well in most respects. This movie also really inspired a lot of women to go to law school. It's like the Top Gun, but for girls. And then, of course, it also got a musical adaptation, which I've seen. Have you seen it?
I have. I actually think it's very good.
Yeah. I saw it in college. My friend played Chuck, actually.
Chuck.
And he had a whole musical number, too, in that sequence.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the prequel show now, which, and I guess we could talk about it now. You're watching it, right?
I am. I have only watched the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to watch. I will say the girl that they picked for Elle, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. She definitely did her homework because she has so many like Reese Witherspoon like vocal
inflections.
Yeah, like it. I mean, she doesn't look exactly like Reese, but she sounds like if you close your eyes and listen to her, she sounds almost just like her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really, I think they did their due diligence, like casting. I am a little nervous because they just got to Seattle where this show like takes place. And I kind of don't know how it's going to like fit because Elle's whole thing is like growing up in Beverly Hills and being like a rich California girl, which I mean, not that she can't be a rich girl in Seattle, but the vibe is weird because they're definitely leaning into like the 95 Seattle grunge era. And that's kind of like what's throwing Elle out of place. So she's like, oh, all these grungy kids. What?
Which is like the opposite of her.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
So, I mean, like, I get it for like opposites, but I don't really know that it's going to like work for me.
No. Well, we'll keep me apprised. I'm sure I'll ask you again when we record next week for Legally Blonde 2. Look forward to that.
Oh, yes. Red, White, and Blonde.
Yeah, that one I remember not being very good.
It's not very good.
But anyway, yeah, I'll ask you again how you're progressing with that show. I know it's gotten some like kind of mixed reception.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what you. I don't know anybody else has watched it, so I'm interested to see what you say.
Okay.
And by the way, Lexi Mindtree is Elle on that show.
Oh, great.
Which great name. Anyway, so yeah, let's go into the careers legacy. So Robert Luketic, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, the director. Let's see, what does he do after this? Nothing is good, obviously, but he does not come back for Legally Blonde 2. Instead, he directs Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
Ooh, I believe I showed you that movie as well.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
And then he does Monster-in-Law with Jennifer Lopez and Jane Fonda.
Also not great.
Yeah. And then he does, he switches it up. He does 21, that like card counting movie.
Oh.
Which I remember seeing in high school, but I forget a lot about it.
Yeah, me too.
And then he goes with straight trash because he does The Ugly Truth with Katherine Heigl.
Uh-huh.
And then Killers with Katherine Heigl again.
Ooh.
Which, both terrible movies. And that's it for him, basically. So, yeah, he peaked early. As far as anybody else, the rest of the cast that does not come back, I mean, the only people who come back for the next movie are Reese, Luke Wilson, and Jennifer Coolidge, right?
I believe so.
Right. Okay, so anybody else, I guess, from this movie. Obviously, we already talked about Oz Perkins' weird journey to being a horror director. But Selma, I feel like it's bigger after this. She does Hellboy, which, great movies.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Hellboy 3. And then, of course, she has her battle with MS afterwards, but still going, thankfully. Love her.
Yeah, me too. She's great.
Ali Larter ends up doing... I feel like Ali Larter's career goes downhill after this, unfortunately. I mean, she's great, but she ends up doing, like, Resident Evil and I don't know. I feel like she
Yeah, I
peaks
mean, I
here.
think she's been like steady. Like
Yeah.
she does Resident Evil that keeps her busy for 10 years. My God. Obsession with Beyonce and Idris Elba.
Oh, you mean Obsessed, not Obsession.
Oh yes, Obsessed.
Yes, not the new one.
She's currently on Landman, Taylor Sheridan's show.
That's right.
She's killing it on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, like at least she's still around.
Yeah, I love her. I like her and everything.
Me too.
But also, probably even better is Linda Cardellini is so good at everything she does.
And talk about her, like, I feel like some would say that her, like she's been acting for a long time, but I think that like post 2010 is where she really like took off because now I feel like she's in everything.
Yeah, well, she does like the best. No. What's the one with her and Christina Applegate actually?
Dead to Me.
Dead to Me. Yeah, not the best.
Yes, she did Dead to Me. She's in, she's in quite a few of like the Marvel movies as Jeremy Renner's wife.
Yes.
She did DTF St. Louis this year with Jason Bateman and David Harbour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for her Camp Crystal Lake show.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's playing
Mrs. Voorhees.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I kind of just want to see like what direction they take with that.
Me too.
Yeah. So you know what, Linda? She's great and she's busier than ever, and I love that for her.
Yeah, honestly, as good as she is in Scooby-Doo as Velma, which is like the biggest she ever gets probably in terms of profile, but like those movies probably hurt her career, honestly. Like, because after that, like she doesn't really get a lot of big parts, and I'm sure comedically that didn't shake off well. But
yeah,
but whatever. I mean, everyone loves her in that movie, so.
Who's your mommy?
My mommy?
And then the last name I kind of feel like we should bring up is Raquel Welch, who does leave us in 2023. Although, I can't say I've seen a lot of Raquel Welch things. She's like way before our time.
Yeah, don't know who she is.
You don't know who Raquel Welch is?
No.
Besides this?
Well, who's she in this? The ex-wife?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, I'll look it up. I mean, she was big in like the 70s and 80s. She was in Fantastic Voyage, 1 Million Years BC, the original Bedazzled movie. Yeah, she was like a sex symbol back in the day.
Oh.
Anyway.
Didn't you see the yucky brown color of her hair?
I remember I was working at the movie theater one time, and we had a big like stand-up poster for a movie called How to Be a Latin Lover, and she was on it, and someone was like, some old lady walked by, and she was like, "Oh, that's Raquel Welch. Oh, she got some work done."
Oh.
Anyway, that's kind of all I know her from, though, is that one lady walking by me.
That one lady.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to do it for this Legally Blonde episode. Tanner, are you ready for our question of the day?
Oh, yeah, shoot.
Okay, so I got Dahlia from Germany emailed us and gave me. I've got a lot of questions, actually, but the first one is, did you enjoy watching Siskel and Ebert movie reviews on TV?
I hate to say it. I think that was a little before my time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't remember watching them at all. The only thing I remember, my first Siskel and Ebert, and it might have only been, which one of them died first?
That'd be Siskel.
Okay. You remember when like DVD cases used to have like, little snippets of like the positive movie reviews on the back? Funniest movie this summer. The most fun I've had at the movies all year. Blah, 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 blah. I remember one of them reviewing Harry Potter the Sorcerer's Stone, and they're like, it's the Wizard of Oz for this generation. And I remember reading that and watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck movie did you watch?
Yeah.
Wait,
Siskel,
I don't remember ever watching them on TV.
Yeah, Siskel dies pretty young. He passes away, I think, around this time, or maybe the late 90s. But like when I was growing up, like Roger Ebert was like the most famous movie critic on the planet. Yeah. So his stuff was everywhere. And I'll say, and the fact I never watched Siskel and Ebert, the show, myself either, obviously before my time. But man, I've seen so many Roger Ebert quotes, and I'll say it, like I disagree with him a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was the one that reviewed Sorcerer's Stone, and I, as a child, I was like, this guy didn't watch the same movie as me.
Yeah, I mean, respect for his craft and his opinions, but yeah, no, he did not have my taste, I guess. But I do wish that I could have been alive for that show, because that would have been right up my alley. Like you make basically you and me just bickering about movies that just came out,
Oh yeah, it'd be a dream job.
Yeah, and my friend who was born in the late 70s, was a big Siskel and Ebert fan. In fact, he's said oftentimes that he wants to create like a movie review show of that ilk, like very retro. So I don't know, we'll see if that ever happens. But anyway, I feel like I would have really taken to that kind of format.
Me too. I think I would have enjoyed it actually, but sadly, it's not a medium that I watched.
To pivot off of the question, though, just so we're not saying like, no, we didn't. Is there somebody today that you've watched in that same kind of vein that you would consider the Siskel or Ebert of your time?
Not that I can think of, because I don't really know anybody who's like a prominent film critic anymore.
No.
You know?
Okay, well then I'll quickly just shout out Dan Murrell he was on Screen Junkies, and now he has his own channel. And he's been someone that I've been watching for a long time. And he is kind of like my Roger Ebert, where I trust his opinion a lot. So I'll say that.
Okay.
Now it's time for pop culture shoutouts.
Pop culture shoutouts.
What do you got?
Tim, I don't really have any. I went and watched Spider-Man Brand New Day again today. I was curious to see if I still liked it as much as I did the first time, and I did.
Good.
So if you guys still have not gone out and seen it, go watch it. It's so great. I also am a little behind the times. I finished Anne Rice's The Vampire Lestat, which is season 3 of Interview with a Vampire.
Oh.
So good. Loved it. I cannot shout out like Sam Reed enough. He's a great actor.
Is he Lestat?
Yes. Louis is also great. He's played by, I can't remember his name, but he was Grey Worm in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Also so good. But I did see that show got renewed for a 4th season, which will be titled Queen of the Damned, just like following the book series. So I'm excited for that. And other than that, I don't really have a lot. Did you, Tim, watch the trailer for Wicker?
Yes, I did.
I talked about it last week. What a ride that movie is going to be, probably literally and figuratively.
Oh, yeah. A lot of chafing. Looks good, though.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks so bizarre, but I am intrigued and I will be first in line.
I love the social media post you sent me when it's wicker fir wood.
Yeah, all the X like reactions.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
My grandparents' patio furniture, like,
Give me more weird movies.
Yeah. You know what? It's original shit.
We're at a point in like postmodernism where we can't think of any new ideas, so give me the weird shit.
No, but you know what? Olivia Colman getting dicked down by a wicker furniture man. Hello, it sounds like something that I pitch on here. And look, they're taking it seriously.
Well, then, Tanner, maybe you should take Blonde Fantasy more seriously.
Yeah, maybe I should. I'm gonna go to the studios with my pitches.
Okay, so this week, my pop culture shout out, I finished the mini series on Apple TV, the adaptation of Cape Fear, starring Amy Adams. Yes. This was a definite like must watch for me. The original 90s movie was one of my favorites to rewatch in high school, the one with Robert De Niro. I also, after that, compelled me to read the book that was based on The Executioners, which I didn't really quite like that much, and I also watched, of course, the original Cape Fear movie from the 60s, also good. So yeah, I was very intrigued by this show, and see how they were going to update it for the modern age. I really liked it. They keep the very like almost uncomfortably dark tones of the movie, like the 90s movie. And the theme is the same, and it's definitely in the same tone vein of the movie. Did you ever see the movie? Yeah. So yeah, it's almost kind of sick, in that way, like the shit that happens.
Yeah.
I will say I thought the show was a little too long. It was 10 episodes, and for all of there's so many things that happen that are like huge life moments, think like crazy shit happens for every episode. And I'm just like, how can this much shit just keep happening to the same people and they're still not resolved with this whole situation? So like part of me feels like it should have been either 6 episodes or maybe it's just like maybe it just works better as a movie, like them not having to like continually like write crazy shit to happen. But aside from that, yeah, I liked it. It was gross and uncomfortable, but in a good way. Javier Bardem is really creepy, as expected. Amy Adams is great, too.
As always.
Patrick Wilson, also great. Yeah, so I recommend it. I started watching it with my mom, actually, when I was visiting you in June. That's when I first started, so I gotta
God, it's been on that long?
Yeah, I mean, I think they released the first 2 episodes at a time, but then ever since
probably weekly.
It's been weekly since, yeah. So
Yeah.
the finale just aired 5 days ago as of this recording. So yeah, I recommend it.
Cool.
Anyway, yes, so thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for next week as we round out our duology of Legally Blonde with number 2, Red, White, and Blonde, which I have not seen that. I've only watched that once. Have you? How many times?
I've probably only seen it like 3 times. It's not my favorite. Although, we are often mistaking Jennifer Coolidge's most iconic line from the first Legally Blonde. It's actually from this one.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of the 4th of July.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you will hear us say it next week.
Oh, yes. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you can, please rate and review. It really helps us. And if you want to get in contact with us, we have an email address you can ask us questions on, and we will answer them on the show. That email address is questions@backtothefranchise.com. I am on Letterboxd. My handle is TGMacman, TGMACMAN.
I am on Instagram, Tanmil10.
Thank you. And until next time, we hope you're having a perfect day.
Nothing standing in my way.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.